And we could go through all of your list. Former Lady Vol, star basketball player, brought home the championships, WNBA, Olympics. I mean, movie, you have a movie. Anything
Right.
else I'm forgetting? A
Um,
mom.
I just try to be a great human being. That's what I really value. You know, gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, didn't let it break me, and just showing up for myself, showing up for the people I care about in my community. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, the legacy. That's what people are really gonna remember, how you touch their heart, how you impact them. So kind words, lots of love. Like we just talked about a second ago. This is my favorite time of the year. I can't say it enough. Why? Because everything slows down. People are in a giving spirit. People are, you know, processing the highs and lows of the year. People are operating in gratitude. And so this is great when everything slows down, people can come together. And I know here at VMC, they talk a lot about neighbors, you know, and it's so important to take care of the people that are around you, to cultivate good vibes, good energy, and no one is left behind. And that's just so important. It's a testament to my life and my journey coming where I'm from in New York City. I mean, inner city, New York. My family worked very hard to give me opportunities, and sports gave me a lot of opportunities. So I know what it's like when people show up for you, when you have support. And like, you know, Coach Summit used to say, the legend, the GOAT, I have to talk about her, is and what she said a lot of times is blood is not just, you know, I mean, family. I mean, blood does not make you family. It's the people that show up and show out for you. So that's something that I always remember. Just trying to always just be a support and offering kindness to people. It's tough out here. You know, this bridge that we just came by, the missions area, I remember this when I was in school, and it was times where we would be hanging out, and it was pretty scary, you know. And of course, I'm a little desensitized to some things being from New York, because it is a very compacted city, a lot of people. And you see a lot of things, but I just remember when I was driving down here, I'm like, oh my God, this is so sad. And to see, you know, I've been gone, you know, a long time, and to come back here today and drive by and still to see the people out there. But also, there's also a bright spot, you know, VMC is here, housing, you know, 105 individuals get support and get love. And you know, we just got to understand. I know for myself, right? Sometimes people want to count you out because you go through those difficult moments, you know. And with me and mental health, it was not like a attack on my character, you know. People probably think that, oh man, she can't do the work. And it's the same if someone's unhoused, you know. They're thinking they're either on drugs, you know, they made bad life choices. You know, I tell my kids, and it hits different when you got the littles, you know, they're like, why is the man or a woman on the corner asking for, why don't they have a house? And my kids call me Mimi, why don't you let them come to our house? And having to like explain that to a 5 and 3-year-old, like everybody doesn't have a family, you know, some people have physical disabilities, some people have mental disabilities, you know, you have to just really break it down. In layman's terms for the littles. But again, I just want people here in Knoxville, I know it's going to be a great time tomorrow, community coming together, but showing up and showing out for each other.
And you kind of touched on this. You have been open talking about some past mental health struggles, but I also heard today that there might be a connection to the homeless community as well for you.
Oh man, that's my grandmother, Joan Holdsclaw. You know, you'll hear me talk about her tomorrow if you show up. My grandmother ran a soup kitchen at Trinity Lutheran Church, our church growing up, and so I learned a lot about her, things that just stick me in the, and it's just, I won't say stick me, things that hit me in the chest, because it's like my grandmother, she's been gone a long time, since, was it 23 years? I'm number 23, yeah, 2002. Wow, and I just remember her basically, and I was going to tell this story tomorrow, but kind of like shaking me a little bit and saying, hey, you, because I'm a young kid, I'm 10, 11 years old, I don't know, I see people coming in, I had to set the table, and my grandma's like, you know, all right, Chamique, we'll put this stuff down, and I'm staring, and sometimes it may have been kind of rude, and my grandmother said, over here. It's like you approach these people with dignity and respect. Everybody has a journey, and you don't know how these people, you know, their situations, why they're here, but you just treat them with respect and honor. And I just remember after that, you know, ask people how they're doing, how's their day. It doesn't hurt me to do that, to extend a handshake or whatever, make people feel love. And my grandmother, she's like, I'm cooking home-cooked meals, nothing processed, because she just wanted people to feel that love and energy. And that's just something that was just ingrained in me from day one. Understanding what servant leadership is all about. And again, through my journey, it was just like, oh my God, going through the ups and downs, but the things that propel me forward is support. You know, when you have support system and you have people that truly love you and want to see you succeed, the sky's the limit. You know, the sky's the limit, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that, and so that's when it's like organizations like VMC that can show up and is showing out and just allow them to have that peace of mind. Just imagine this, right? You know how when you get home after a long day of work, right, you sit on your couch and you just sort of stretch, or you just feel this comfort, you feel this safety. Imagine there's people every day, they don't know where their next meal's coming from, they don't feel that comfort, they don't feel that safety. And the next day, it's a stress, not knowing, it's an uncertainty, you know? So I just want, like, people need to sit with that and reflect about it and think about those people that they pass sometimes and they don't want to make eye contact with. You know, just know that those people have a journey. Maybe say a quick prayer over them and their lives, you know, hoping for a better tomorrow.
Of course, you're going to be sharing some of this message at the big event tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
So tell me about wanting to be a part of the event tomorrow and about the whole mission behind it.
Well, you know, the University of Tennessee has this, well, emeritus now, but this legend, female athletic director, Joan Cronan, who, you know, kind of tapped on me a little bit to come and show out and advocated for me. So, you know, I'm just great to be here, to be a part of this community as always. A lot of great things for me, helped change the course of my life, you know, and I just want to give back. You just want to be here and filling people's souls. That's the end of the day. You know, you want people to leave feeling like, man, I needed these words and encouragement, because so many people have given me words and encouragement throughout my life.
And I just have one last quick question, because I know we're in a little bit of a time crunch, but do you ever still get nervous getting up and sharing your story and talking about it?
Of course, of course, because in my day-to-day, I'm a really quiet person. I'm really to myself, but when things, you know, impact your life and your spirit and soul, you got to go out there and put the words together to inspire others. But yes, I always get a little nervous, you know. But I think sometimes when you're nervous, that's when, you know, the greatness comes about, you know. All my big game moments, I was nervous too, scoring 30 points and 15 rebounds. But you just go out there and you do it. And I know from being an athlete, it brought so many people together, you know. So we're doing the same thing tomorrow.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I know many people are. I promise the very, very last question, just because I feel like I need to ask. You're so beloved here.
Okay.
People probably want a quick update on what you're up to and what's new in life.
Wow, man. So mother of 2 kids, 5 and 3, 2 December birthdays. So they're about to be 6 and 4. And just traveling, you know, I never would imagine this would be my life. I get to travel to the world to share a journey, to inspire others, men, women, boys and girls, all people, different religious backgrounds, you know, ethnicities. And so I am for the people and of the people, and I just love to pass on that good energy, because I know what it was like when I was going through my tough times. It's hard sometimes just for people to get out of bed, to feel like, to lose hope. I know what that's like. And so I don't want anyone feeling like that. So that's what I do. And I'm grateful for just the life that I live and to be able to do that.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us and for sharing your story you're going to be sharing tomorrow. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
So tell me about you, I hear, had something to do with bringing in Chamique here.
Well, you know, I love to say I'm athletic director emeritus, and people say, what was the best thing about your job? The best thing about my job was having the opportunity to work with people like Chamique Holdsclaw, like Tamika Catchings, like Candace Parker, like I could go on, and that's just the basketball team, and I've got the volleyball team. So the opportunity to give them an opportunity where they can make a difference. And I can't tell you how proud I am of Chamique and what she's doing to make a difference in so many lives.
I feel like that has been the legacy for so many famous Lady Vols, is that attitude of wanting to give back and to carry on this legacy and to live up to what it meant to be a Lady Vol, because we know what that means around here. And so do you see that in a lot of your athletes?
I do it from the past to the future. You know, I can remember last year our volleyball team did a strategic plan, and their strategic plan ended with, I want to carry on the legacy of the Lady Vols, which was really special. But you know, when I think about the program and what we were able to do, I think it goes back to some of the things that Chamique said today and is going to say tomorrow, is that Luke 12:48 is my favorite Bible verse. It says, "To whom much is given, much is required." Chamique drove all night to get here to be a part of this program, and I am so proud to be able to deal with athletes like the Chamique Holdsclaw who want to make a difference in the community. And that's what volunteer ministry does. It's making a difference. I remember the first one of these banquets I went to 10 years ago. Pat Conray was the speaker, and I was a fan of his, but I remember thinking, we can solve this. You know, we can solve homelessness, and what volunteer ministry continues to do is to make a difference.
And that was going to be kind of my next question, is about how you got tied to VMC, but it sounds like 10 years ago you sort of were introduced.
It was, and many of our fans and people know Betsy Bush, who this was her cause. And Betsy was a dear friend of mine, and when I heard her say this is her main cause and thinks she can help Knoxville, and I do too. I think this is a solvable problem, but we just need everybody involved.
And you think this is the place that helps to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, homelessness is the key. If they have a home, I love Chamique's example of when you go home and you sit on the sofa, how good you feel. That's what we want these people. We want to give them an opportunity to live a life that they'll be proud of.
Was there anything else you want to add about?
No, I just want to say what a great job overall in every area the volunteer ministry does, day in and day out. And getting involved, being an honorary chair, which I'm honored to be an honorary chair, getting involved to see what they're actually doing hands-on, I'm walking away so very impressed. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, can you guys do this professionally?